Hi, everyone. It's Becky Livingston from Penn Heel Marketing. And today I want to talk to you about competitive research using Semrush. And this is a really fantastic way for you to identify and uncover some potential keyword opportunities that you might be missing for your brand. So let's jump right on over. We're going to go over to Semrush and see how all of this works. First thing you need to do is identify a brand that you believe is a competitor. I actually use ChatGPT to identify some of mine. I think I know who some of mine are, but because I'm a national brand, I wanted to make sure. So the first thing you want to do is you want to come over here and go to organic keywords or organic research. So we're definitely going to take a look at that. So let's pop over here and we're going to drop in the domain. Mine was Brand House Marketing. That's my competitor. First thing I'm going to look at is their keywords. They have 96 keywords they're currently ranking for. And we want to kind of wander down through what this information is that we're being told. So we have 50% of their keywords are informational. That's interesting because informational keywords are at the top of your funnel. Those are going to be keywords that possibly are blog articles, checklist, possibly podcast, something where someone is not swapping information with you to get information from you. So informational, that's interesting that they have so much content sitting there. And also 40% of their content is commercial. What is commercial content? That is information that people are looking for a brand that might have a solution. It could be content that's in a blog. It could be checklists. It could be resources and things like that. But they only have 1%, actually a little less than 2% of their content is transactional, meaning filling out forms to get information from potential leads or people that are visiting your website. So we definitely want to take a look at that. Also, what I want to show you in here is you can export this information if this is of interest to you. These are things that you can do with your free account as well as your paid account. Some of the other things you're going to see in this section of your overview. You have top position changes in organic rank for this brand that you're looking at. You can see their top keywords. I do have a paid account, so I can see all of their keywords that they're ranking for. You can also see their search engine result page trends. This is interesting because we have the people also ask. That is a great way to get people to find content on your website because they're asking questions about it. They were doing pretty well in the beginning of August, but then it took a quick drop off before even the end of August. So that's interesting. If I look at that's the last 1 month view, if I look at their 6 month view, they had a big peak in July. So I'm not sure what was going on there. Their local pack started to pick up just a little bit in August. If you don't know what a local pack is, definitely take a look at what that might be in search results. And then we've also got search engine features that they might be ranking in. But most importantly, we want to see their top pages. What kind of content is driving people to their website? Now, because I do have a paid account, I can look at the 11 pages that are driving content and visitors to their website. And right now it's only 2 pages, their homepage and their services page, driving all of the traffic for their website. That's a little scary to me. I can see all these other pages they have, which could be blog content, podcast, checklist, whatever it is that they're offering, but they're not getting any traffic results from it. So that's some interesting stuff to look at in the overview. Definitely take some of this information down. You can also export it if you have a paid account or a free account. You'll just see less of it if you have a free account. The next thing we want to look at, let's go back to our overview. And the next thing we want to look at is our positions for keywords. So I'm going to come back down here and look again at my top keywords. These are the organic ones. I'm going to look at the positions. Now, of course, you can see the ones that they're ranking on page 1 for. That is their brand, and they should rank on page 1 for their brand. The 4th position on page 1, accounting marketing agency. 9th, digital marketing agency for accountants. Ooh, that's a term I would probably write down for my own brand. Marketing agency for accountants, I would keep that one as well. But where the sweet spot is, are those terms that are on the 11 through 20 position ranking. So you can only sort these if you have a paid account, but I'm going to do this because I do have a paid account. And I want to look at their 11 through 20 ranking. Why? Because on page 2 is where opportunity lies. That's easier for you to push into your top 10 ranking and keep them on their page 2. It doesn't matter for them. Page 2, I don't care about that. What I do care about is me ranking for some of those terms on page 1. So I'm going to look at some of these terms. Here's one: marketing agency for accounting firms. Love that keyword phrase. Might want to put that in my list and see if I can get that on my top page. Marketing firms for accountants. Makes sense. That's page 2. There's their brand on page 2. Accountant for marketing agency. Don't love that. Branding for accounting firms. I'm not really into branding, so I don't care about that. Marketing accounting firms. Maybe that one I'd grab. You can download this list. So take a look at the position, because 1 through 10 is important, because that's really, if those terms are on your list, you definitely need to make sure you're ranking for them. And then 11 through 20 is your sweet spot for the next opportunities. So definitely take a look at your position tab. The next thing we want to look at is top pages. So we're looking at the top pages for this brand, and we already kind of poked around at that on the overview section. They're not ranking for a whole lot of their pages, which seems like a waste of time. If they're building all this stuff, why aren't they ranking for any of it? So definitely something to think about. And look at the URLs. Look at the kind of content your competitors are building. What is it that they're creating that either you are creating, not ranking as high, or you have opportunity to create something similar or maybe different? Maybe there's an opportunity for a podcast. Maybe there's an opportunity for videos. Maybe there's an opportunity for resources and pages like that. You also have an opportunity to look at, let's go back to our domain overview and look at our competitors. You can also look at countries to see if that's important. But if I scroll down through my list, there's going to be competitors. Here's competitive positioning map and main organic competitors. I'm going to see who their competitors are. And I want to see, and here's some other brands that they might be competing with. And I want to look at what kinds of words they have in common, as well as potential keyword opportunities. So I can see these other brands. I can see common keywords. I can just click on that and look at the list. Keywords that they have in common. And I can see how much traffic these keywords are driving toward these brands. So if I click on marketing for accounting firms, I can see their top 10 keywords. Here they are right here. And I can see where they're overlapping with some of their other brands that are their competitors. And I can look at the list. I can see what they're ranking for. Are there opportunities for me to use these kinds of keywords to also increase my keyword ranking? Now, remember when you're doing this, that you're not just looking at keywords. You have to build a whole strategy around that keyword phrase to demonstrate your EEAT, especially authoritativeness and trustworthiness, but making sure that you have the knowledge that sits around that keyword phrase to drive those results. So that's how you can do this with Semrush. Now remember, you don't want to copy this stuff, but you do want to look at it and say, how can I use these terms or these phrases in my own stuff to rank my brand in the top of these spaces? So that's how you do it with Semrush. Happy to answer any questions. Remember to like, subscribe, comment on this video, and I hope to see you soon. Take care and have a great day.